on the far outside, and they're into the stretch. Embellish the race in front with 1 furlong to run. She's trying to take them all the way in the Alabama.
Off the pace from last, in fact, is Don't Leave Me, who's closing like a rocket.
Lady Laura trying to finish on from the outside. Receptus down toward the rail, but Celestine has run away.
There's an 1/8 of a mile to go. Stays in Vegas, cutting into the lead of Pretty and Cool. Here's Street Fancy, erupting along the inside.
.423 from TaylorMade Sales Agency as agent Distinta. Beautiful chest-up mare coming into the ring here.
200, I'm ready to go 300, I'm ready to go 3, I'm ready to go 400,000, I'm ready to go 400,000 now, 500, at 500, you got to be 5 in the back, boys, like at 400, round 5, you're Blake's in, 600, now 600, you're ready to go 600, at 575, 600,000, so you're going to be 600, you good, Blake, now 575 there, now 600, and Jody, $600,000, thank you.
Final furlong, it's Dearest in front, she leads by 3, Distinta and Wheatfield are closing ground, Dearest is on the ropes, here's Distinta, Wheatfield between them, Distinta's in time!
Lightstream going to run late down the center of the racetrack, still 5 lengths off the lead. Kanaya, the leader, final furlong of Alexis Raven Run. Lightstream coming from the outside, and Malibu Stacy fighting on between them. Curlin's approval fourth at the rail. Lightstream will not quit. Lightstream rallies for Julian Leparoux to win it.
Turning for home, Goodyear for Roses takes the lead from Evo Campo. Then comes Sweet Charity finishing with great interest. She's a Milky Way and Pretty Girl down the extreme outside, but Goodyear for Roses kicks well clear with a 16th to go. Pretty Girl coming on solidly from Sweet Charity, but Goodyear for Roses wins again.
Growing up in the Taylor family is pretty interesting. First of all, there's a lot of siblings and a lot of activity. My dad was basically a workaholic. It was unusual because he spent a lot of time with his kids because he worked us just like he worked himself.
My dad always made you work. As soon as you got out of school, you're going to work. In the morning, you're getting up, you're going to work. There was never a time when you were like, I'm going to watch TV today.
By doing that, it started a culture of us wanting to please people and wanting to please him.
The genesis of TaylorMade was really my father's desire to keep us out of trouble.
My dad bought a little piece of land down here, 120 acres, and we started a farm down here.
He bought this farm and he basically turned us loose and let us make mistakes.
It was a real learning experience. You know, we picked up a lot of knowledge we had by the time we were 12, 13 years old that most guys wouldn't have till they're 20 or 25.
We did a variety of things that were not really thoroughbred related, but we learned a lot about farming.
And then eventually we started boarding a few thoroughbred horses.
That was the conception of TaylorMade. We didn't have the name at the time. We were thinking about several different names. We started out with 1 or 2 horses.
Duncan and I actually put the first 2 horses ever on this farm, Circling Star and Heronswood, and I'm going to say that was 1978.
So TaylorMade basically at that time was just a boarding operation. That's what we were doing. We were taking care of people's mares to send them to Kentucky.
Over a period of time, it got bigger and bigger, and as each one of us got out of school, we would just join in and become partners. You didn't really pay a lot to get in, you just became an indentured servant for a period of time.
And it just was a slow, methodical building You know, it was just one customer at a time, trying to take care of one horse at a time, and if that person had a good experience, they would tell the next person.
People began to trust us and new customers came in, so we were able to actually start keeping some mares year round. And they would have foals, they would grow up to be yearlings, so the next part of our operation or division actually was the sales.
The way my brother Duncan explained it, he said, listen, this selling horses could be done on a much more sophisticated level than what anybody in the horse business is doing. I really credit Duncan with changing the culture from farmers selling their own horses to farmers raising their horses and then bringing them to TaylorMade and letting them market them.
We had never sold $1 million horse before. We went within a half an hour and sold 3 mares that all brought $1 million apiece. That was really what put us on the map, and we just really got rolling.
We became known more for the sales agency than we were for the farm.
Bruce right here, $10 billion, even Bruce's
I've known all 4 of them all my life, and they all play a great role. Duncan keeps us all together.
He loves business, and he loves making sure that the processes and procedures and structure are in place for long-term success.
He's always the bottom line, looking at every penny and managing that.
His sole focus is doing the best thing he can for the client and the horse.
Duncan and Frank are probably more aggressive.
My brother Frank is just the ultimate people person. He's got a magnanimous personality. He's an eternal optimist.
And Frank knows every daffodil and every cracked board and every bent gate on the whole farm, and they better not be that way the next time he comes through.
Ben is always thinking outside the box. You know, whatever the other 4 of us say, Ben's always the what if person.
He'll look at every deal we're doing, look at the negative side of it and say, don't do it.
It's very good for all of us. We've got that person in there that's going to make us think things through.
And I'd say my brother Mark is a blend of all of us.
What Mark has learned is all the bad things the 4 of us did. Mark has bottled that up and decided not to do it.
He gets along great with people. He's got a good eye for a horse.
I can't stress enough how smart, how intelligent, and good horsemen these guys are. You need their expertise and advice all the time.
You know, nobody can match 4 brothers that have been doing this together for over 35 years.
We've just got a vast amount of knowledge. We've sold more horses than any company in history.
We genuinely want what's best for our customers.
We're entrenched in the business we're in and we love it and we work together well.
If you have a nucleus of experienced people, they can then help to train the new people coming in.
There's going to be a new generation of Taylors and Paynes that can carry the TaylorMade brand forward.
The best thing about TaylorMade is their sincere interest in doing the right thing for the client and the right thing for the horse. They do things right.